Hello my beautiful friends and welcome to Tailor Made Beauty by Kris. Today's video is part 2 of my best of 2019 and today we're talking blushes, mascaras, and lips. Let's start with what was the easiest, which is mascaras. And I'm at a loss as to say which is my absolute favorite because for me, these mascaras are like my kids. Like, you don't have a favorite, but there are things that you like better in one and better in the other. Anyway, let's start with the one that I actually have a full-size version of, which is the Milk Kush Mascara. I originally got this in a Sephora mascara pack. If they come out with that again, you have to get it. I've talked about it before on my channel, but so many of you are new, I'm going to talk about it again. It's usually a tin, and it has sample sizes in it and a card, and so it usually costs $27, $28, and I think it comes out in the spring when they do the spring VIB event. And what the card lets you do is come back and get a full size of any one of those mascaras for free. So last year, the sample size, the 5 or 6 of them, it was like $28. And one of the mascaras in there was the Hourglass Extreme, which I'm gonna pop on screen here. That's one of my favorites from this year, but I don't own it. I'll explain that in a second. Anyway, this mascara retails for $29. So basically, if you chose this mascara, it's like Sephora was paying you $1 to get the Hourglass Extreme Mascara. The reason why that is on my list, but I don't actually own it, I had the sample from that set, loved it, but I have so many mascaras. I am trying to show fiscal responsibility and not buying it until I run out of some of my mascaras. So that's on my list. I was trying to decide between that Hourglass and the Milk. Ended up going with the Milk. What I like about both of them is they give good volume and good length. It's not the maximum length I can get out of a mascara. That one is still coming up. But it's a really nice middle ground when I want volume and length. And this is just, it makes my lashes look fabulous. It never flakes. It lasts a long time. So like the Milk Kush and the Hourglass Extreme for that. And for length, strictly for length, oh my gosh, this is the Pat McGrath. There we go. It must be Fetish, right? Fetish Eyes Mascara. I cannot believe how long this mascara makes my lashes look. There's what the one looks like. So it goes on beautifully. All right, it does nothing for volume, nothing, but gives me lashes a mile long. So this is on my list of mascaras to buy when I get to buy mascaras again. And then I think my number one, the one I'm most excited to actually get to buy a full one of, is, yes, Charlotte Tilbury. What is this? Full Fat Lashes. Oh my gosh. This mascara, that's what the one looks like. It gives me length, it gives me volume, it doesn't clump, it lasts, it never flakes. I can use it top lashes, bottom lashes. Oh, j'adore. So this, I think, is my number one to buy when I get to buy mascara again. And I've got some other fine mascaras to use, but I've got to use those first. So those are my top mascaras for 2019. Moving into blush. And this was an interesting journey. I have a lot of blushes, but I really had to think about like what were my favorites. You know, for me, blush is always like a supporting character. It's my eyes and my lips that get top billing, and blush is, you know, it's just what's going to look nice with it. So let me start off with Jouer. I actually got 3 Jouer blush palettes this year, and what I love about them, and this one I picked as my favorite, is Cheeky Summer, and you get 2 blushes in all of the palettes, and there's a light one and a darker one, and so you like using the darker one on the outer part of my cheek and then the lighter one in the middle. And why I picked Cheeky Summer is this light one has just a little bit of shimmer in it, which just brings a little bit more light and an elevation to my cheeks, and as gravity is taking its toll, I can use that. Let me just say, one of the things I'm not thrilled with is this top piece on a lot of my palettes is starting to, the corners peel up. I'm always having to push it back down, so that's kind of a bummer, but love the blushes, love them. Another brand that I love, yep, Charlotte Tilbury, got 2 of them. I think my favorite from this year that I purchased is, what is this one? First Love. It is so light, and I looked at it and looked at it and looked at it, and I'm like, is that really even going to show up on me? And oh my gosh, it's just such a pretty, just natural flush to the cheeks. You know, I can go around the outside, even use that as a little bit of a highlighter if I want, or swirl the 2 colors and just get a really lovely soft color on my complexion. That is really fantastic. The other one that I really love from Charlotte Tilbury is this one, which is Love Glow. So this is a little bit more in the pinky peachy. Reminds me a little bit of NARS Orgasm, but I like it better on my coloring than I like NARS Orgasm. And again, it's got the 2 colors. So depending on what kind of look I'm going for, I can either get a really pink or a sort of pinky coral color out of this. Goes on beautifully, blends in beautifully, just really fabulous quality blushes. NYX. This is a blush called Hamptons. Oh my goodness. You know, this blush was, I don't even remember, $5, $6, something. It is just the perfect, there you go, peachy, light color. It's gorgeous. I have never found another color like this on my skin. It is just, it's just perfection. And when it's cheap, it's even better. And last but not least, this is not a palette I reach for often, the Natasha Denona Bloom Blush and Glow palette. In case you're not familiar with it, there you go. And like I said, I don't reach for this often, but when I do, it's because this is the color I want. It is going to be perfect for my look, and even though it looks scary dark in the palette, you can use a big brush and get just a nice flush of color. It's beautiful. You know, with these others, with the highlighters in here, this is really something I need to reach for more often, and I don't know why I don't. Maybe this will help me remember to reach for this one. Okay, mascara done, blush done, on to lips. This was hard. I'm going to start with my 2 kind of desert island. If I could only bring 2 things to a desert island, what would it be? Back to my girl Charlotte and Walk of Shame. I first, come on, focus, there we go. I first saw this color on Stephanie Marie. Do you follow Stephanie Marie? She was wearing it and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that lip color? I have to have it. Not only do I own the lipstick, I got the lip liner. Again, on my coloring, it's perfection. It's beautiful. It's a little bit of dark without being a dark red. It goes with a lot of different colors of eyeshadow, a lot of different looks. And the formula, you know what, even though it's a matte formula, it goes on beautifully and it wears beautifully. So that's a Desert Island. My other Desert Island is Fenty Gloss Bomb in, what shade is this? Fenty Glow. I love this. I use it as a topper. Again, I should say, I used it as a topper like every day. I actually went through one of these and repurchased it. And I don't know what's happened to me or to it. 'Cause I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right. I totally, you know, it's not that I forgot about it. I just haven't been using it. And it's such a beautiful topper. There. It feels great. It's so pretty. So this is another one I am reuniting with. I will say, though, that there's a really good dupe out there for it. The Milani Keep It Full. And this is in the shade Gold Dust. And for me, all right, so it's not, you can see the color isn't nearly as dark as the Fenty, but how it look when I use it as a topper, and that's what I do, how it performs over things, they're very similar in how they end up looking. And the Milani is way cheaper than the Fenty. So that's a really good dupe. And another one, I mean, clearly, you can see I'm down to about there. Another one I clearly really like. Okay, back to, this just seems like it's a big Charlotte fest, but you know, girl does some stuff really well. This is the Latex Love Lip Gloss. This got a really bad rap for a really good reason. This stuff does not have a pleasant smell. And if you, it smells kind of chemically. At least for me, it seems to dissipate pretty quickly, say within 15, 20 minutes. Some people say they can't smell it. I say if you can't smell it, your nose is broken because it is a really strong odor. But the color, oh, it's gorgeous. It's a little bit like a nude brown, but just with a little bit of red mixed in. And again, on my skin tone, it just sets off my lips so nicely. Yeah, I love it. I will put up with the nasty smell for the 15 or 20 minutes because I love it. I'm noticing a definite trend in the colors I picked out because next on the hit parade is my other girl, Pat McGrath. This is Flesh 6. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm really getting down to the end on this one. And it'll be no surprise to you when I show you. Yep, okay. So there next to the Latex Love and all those are kind of in the same family. You know, I like my warm colors, what can I say? Again, this Pat McGrath, when I wear it, I get compliments all the time. It's a long-lasting gloss. It feels good. It's really pigmented. There's nothing bad to say about it. I own a ton of her glosses. I love them, okay? Let's stay on the predictable path before I take you to one really out of left field. This is one from Stila. And I love the packaging. I think it's acrylic, clear with the tube of color in the middle. And what color is this? This is Win Win. This is a really lovely neutral. And it has a little bit, there we go, a little bit of a pink hue to it. Kind of a nude brownie pink. But I think it's just, I do not know why my camera just decided to turn off. Maybe it disagrees with me, but it's gorgeous. It's a fabulous nude on me. Great price. I want to say they're like 15 bucks, so love the Stila. Now here's the one out of left field. Anastasia, Beverly Hills. Can you see the color? It's called Grape Jelly. I don't wear this often, but when I do, everybody notices my lip. Look at that. It's a fabulous color. This is when I want to feel like $1,000,000, when I want attention, when somebody needs to pay attention to me. This is the color. This will drive what I'm doing on the rest of my face when I wear this color. It is so fun, so in your face, so bold. So, that's it for mascaras, blushes, and lips. What are your favorites? What's your go-to mascara? What one have I not tried that you couldn't live without? Thank you so much for joining me, and have a really fantastic day.